After spending months attempting to get out of his deal to buy Twitter, Elon Musk officially owns the hugely influential platform Twitter. Musk's takeover, which was finalized Thursday night, a source familiar with the matter told CNN, not only has the potential to create uphaven for Twitter employees, but also for the hundreds of millions of people around the world who use the platform daily. It could also impact the upcoming US midterm elections if Musk makes a good on his promise to restore accounts for users who previously banned from the platform, most notably former US President Donald Trump, and limit the company's content restrictions, which leads us in today's essential question, which is what does the change in ownership to Elon Musk mean for the future of the company? And of course, the company is Twitter. Well, the future means these 3 points for Twitter. 1, more expression of free speech on the platform. 2, layoffs. And 3, Twitter becoming a private company. Now let's break this down. The more expression of free speech. In the first weeks after agreeing to buy the company in April, before his initial move to bail on the deal, Musk repeatedly stressed that his goal was to bolster free speech on the platform and work to unlock Twitter's extraordinary potential. The Tesla CEO suggested he would rethink Twitter's approach to content moderation and permanent bans, with the potential impacts on civil discourse and political landscapes. He also talked about his desire to rid the platform of bots, even as he later made the number of bots central to his argument to abandon the deal. Musk has called the permanent ban on the former President Donald Trump foolish and extreme and said he would roll it back. Trump was banned after January 6, 2021 insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. Musk has suggested that permanent bans can polarize speech. His public views on increasing public free speech have led many to think that Musk could loosen content moderation at Twitter, which currently has guidelines on removing violence, hate speech, and other offensive content from the site. Employees and social media experts have expressed concern that Musk could undo Twitter's safeguards. Insiders and observers say that changes could tilt Twitter in a rightward direction. Musk said he wants to close the laws where Twitter operates. If the citizens want something banned, then pass a law to do so. Otherwise, it should be allowed, he tweeted in May. In his letter to advertisers, Musk also said Twitter obviously cannot become a free-for-all hellscape where anything can be said with no consequences. Musk has also floated the idea of subscription services at Twitter, including marketing, commercial, and governmental accounts pay for features, which leads me into my second point, which is the layoffs. Musk quickly fired several top executives, including the CEO, Parag Agrawal, Chief Financial Officer, Ned Siegel, and Giddo, Head of Legal Policy, Trust, and Safety. He had accused them of misleading him and Twitter investors of the number of fake accounts on the platform. Agrawal and Siegel were in Twitter's San Francisco headquarters when the deal closed and were escorted out, the sources added. Musk previously told prospective partners that he would not cut nearly 75% of Twitter's 7,500 person workforce. Layoffs at the scale would have immediately impacts on site's users and features. But during a visit to Twitter's San Francisco headquarters, again, Musk told employees he didn't plan to lay off 3/4 of the staff. Musk had already allocated some Twitter employees by sparing them the site's work. Reports about his plan for deep cuts were met with anger and resignation inside the company. Musk plans to at least lay off some of his workforce, which leads into his plan for the platform and the change in Twitter. Which leads into my last point here, is that Twitter is going to become a private company. Musk intends to take Twitter private, meaning Twitter stock will likely stop trading on the New York Stock Exchange almost immediately after the proper documents are filed, according to the corporate lawyers. Shareholders will receive $54.20 per share of stock when all the paperwork is filed. Musk's team must file with regulators to deregister the stock But the process is often fairly quick and seamless once the merger goes through, corporate lawyers say. Lastly, I want to end with this. Elon Musk said Twitter has become kind of a de facto town square. So it's just really important that people have both the reality and the perception that they are able to speak freely within the bounds of law, which directly points to my 3 points today, of which the change in ownership of Elon Musk, which means for the future of the company, which is the more expression of free speech, the layoffs, and it becoming a private company, because it all relates to, again, Elon Musk's main idea that Twitter has become kind of this de facto town square, and as he put it, both the reality and the perception that they are able to speak freely within the bounds of the law. And Elon Musk has to do some layoffs in order to progress in Twitter. He needs to become privatized so that outside sources cannot swoop in like he did himself and take over the company. And that really goes into his quote there, is that he doesn't want other people governing other people. So he took it as himself so that no one else would. And he is basically setting up Twitter and the ownership of it and the future of the company to make it more expression of free speech, which again is my first point, which he is suggesting here again, that he is willing to allow anything except that goes against the law, which really goes into the head of my point, which is the more expression of free speech, which is the change that is going to happen to the future of the company, which is Twitter. Thank you.